Hi, this is Brad Constantine, and this is a podcast recording of the Old Testament. Although this is not an official recording of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, every effort's been made to be as doctrinally accurate as possible. I'll be using for the text the Joseph Smith translation of the Old Testament, along with many commentaries from general authorities of the Church, BYU professors, Bible scholars, and others. This format will be very detailed, and so if you want a deep analysis of the Old Testament, you come to the right place. Thanks for your attendance. Welcome back. This will be for Ezekiel chapter 17. I'm just going to read a little summary of this chapter. I'll read the heading first. Ezekiel shows in a parable how Israel, while subject to Babylon, wrongfully sought help from Egypt, yet the Lord will bring forth in the last days a goodly tree from the cedars of Lebanon. So the beginning of verse 1 here, the Lord is speaking to Ezekiel, Son of man, put forth a riddle and speak a parable unto the house of Israel, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, a great eagle with great wings, long-winged, full of feathers, which had divers colors, came unto Lebanon, and took the highest branch of the cedar. He cropped off the top of his young twigs and carried it into a land of traffic. He set it in a city of merchants. He took also of the seed of the land and planted it in a fruitful field. He placed it by great waters and set it as a willow tree. Okay, so I'm going to read a little narrative here about this. Though the Bible speaks of Zedekiah's sons being killed, the Book of Mormon tells of the escape of his son Mulek. Elder Orson Pratt said, When Zedekiah, king of Judah, was carried away captive into Babylon, the Lord took one of his sons, whose name was Mulek, with a company of those who would hearken unto his words, and brought them over the ocean and planted them in America. This was done in fulfillment of the 22nd and 23rd verses of the 17th chapter of Ezekiel, which read thus, Thus saith the Lord God, I will also take of the highest branch of the high cedar, and will set it. I will crop off the top of his young twigs, a tender one, and will plant it upon an high mountain and eminent. In the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it, and it shall spring forth boughs, and bear fruit, and be a goodly cedar, and under it shall dwell all fowl of every wing. In the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell. By reading this chapter, it will be seen that the Jews were the high cedar, that Zedekiah the king was the highest branch, that the tender one cropped off from the top of his young twigs was one of his sons, whom the Lord brought out and planted him and his company upon the choice land of America, which he had given unto remnant of the tribe of Joseph for an inheritance in fulfillment of the blessing of Jacob and Moses upon the head of that tribe. So isn't that interesting that this chapter here, Ezekiel 17, has reference to Mulek being separated from the rest of his family and brought to a special place, a place of high mountain and eminent. Anyway, that's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, that's the end of the chapter that I'm going to read today. We'll see you next time. Bye.